So I take my first drop here, and I know that there's a lot of life under this ledge here. So as I'm going down, I see these to'au, and they're swimming back into this cave. And I'm kind of floating above this cave. I got one hand on the rock here. And you can see that little school of vekes swim past, and I lined up on the biggest one, but it's really small. So I decided not to take it. And I kept looking around for that to'au, but you can see he slithered into that hole there, and he never showed his face again. So this was just a warm-up drop, and now that my lungs are all nice and warm, and I know that there is life down here, go back up to the surface to get some air. On my next drop,
why would you release it?
My friend released his to'au, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "Oh, it slipped off my shaft, bro. I'm sorry." So I went down and I reached my hand deep into this hole and I grabbed him. And he was pretty small, but still threw him on the kui because this guy has a greater purpose, and you'll see that a little later. So next drop, I'm lining up on this Roy here, and I missed. So that kind of sets a bad precedent for the rest of the day. And I was checking out this cave, and as I'm swimming down, this huge Roy swims past, and I take a shot. I didn't line up at all, and I missed again. But this cave was pretty cool, although there's nothing else back there. So now I'm checking out this arch. It's a little further away, a little bit deeper. And I'm looking for some to'au that I had seen from the surface. And as I look over, I spot them. They're outside of the arch now. And I'm trying to crawl over the reef and not scare them away. I'm trying to bring them in at the same time with a little bit of grunts and scratching the reef as I crawl over it. And you can see they come close. I take a shot and I missed again. So it was pretty discouraging. It's the third miss in a row. My luck turns around, and I'm on the other side of this ledge now. I was planning on going over and shooting them when they were out in the open, but it all swam back into this ledge. But one of them was not shy at all, and he wanted to come check me out, as you'll see here. So he looks straight at me, swims straight towards me, and he changed his mind for about a second, but it was too late. So I put a good shot into him, and I still had enough air in my lungs to go down and grab him. And this was my only fish of the day, which was kind of sad. So my next drop, I'm sitting on the bottom trying to bring in an uhu, and I see this silhouette. And I don't normally see this. You can see the arrows pointing at it right there. So I was thinking, what is that? And then I realized...
Oh, big taco.
So I go down, and I had lost it, and I was crawling around the reef, and then I saw it, and it was trying to hide back in this cave. It wasn't using its camouflage for some reason. So I try and tickle him out with my gun. Usually they'll wrap around your shaft and your bands, and you can just pull them out, but this guy was not really into that. So he tries to make a run for it, and I grabbed him. And as soon as I grab him, he starts wrapping around my arm, but luckily I was able to yank him off before he got too tight around there. And
you fucking slime.
tried to bite the between the eyes, and these guys are really slimy. and I had only done this once before, so it was kind of like unexperienced, and I just got a mouthful of slime, and it was very unpleasant. But eventually I did put them out, and you can see they turn completely white when they're dead. And then I started taking the guts out, and these hoggies came in. But unfortunately, they brought a little white tip. And he was kind of getting aggressive with me, and it was getting closer to sunset. So we just decided to call it a day and go in. Okay, we got some Pa'akai, some Hawaiian sea salt. Just gonna it's probably good, I think. Mr. Taco is getting tender. Okay, I finished off that taco. I'm really tired. I need to go to sleep. And then tomorrow morning, I'm gonna do something special with all those invasives. Maka, can you go somewhere else, please? So I had a ton of video, like 10 minutes of me burying the bananas and the roy and that one to'au, and then putting all the dirt back on and covering it up. And I was gonna make a cool little edit, but my camera decided to format its SD card, so it deleted everything. I got like 2 videos, so, but I lost like most of it, which I lost everything I had on that SD card. So out of all these fish, I only shot this guy. And these really smell bad. I think that one's the biggest. I think this one was the smallest. But we got a few to throw in there. And then, so we got some bananas that the rats have been whacking. So we're gonna throw all that in there and let it break down for about a week, and then we're gonna plant a tree over it. Okay, you guys, thank you for watching. I almost thought about not posting this video because I only shot 1 fish and all my footage got deleted when I was burying all those invasives, but I wanted to get something out there. So thank you guys.